Okay, yeah, that sounds great.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Drive carefully.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah. I'm doing it, but I'm recording it in the background, so we have it. All right, folks, welcome back, and we just missed the open kickoff by the Warbirds. They took it all the way back to the house.
Apologize for missing that for you.
We were getting ourselves. We want to say thank you to the ladies of the Baltimore Charm that made the appearance back on Hurricane Radio for the first time in 2 years. So it's good. So here's the extra point coming up. Nice way to start the second half for the Warbirds here and get the ball and take it all the way back.
And you're wondering, Chris, maybe they should have went for two.
Here's the kick. Did he get it?
We got it. Yep,
Nice.
that was good.
14:45 left here in the third quarter. 20 goal, number one, and the Warbirds just got the opening kickoff of the second half, took it all the way back to the house. So it's now a 27-13 lead. So that's the first ever kickoff return for the Warbirds in their brief history, their second game of the franchise. Here's the kick, low liner.
Low line drive.
Picked up, look like a bobble by number 25. He will look for the outside edge. He will get lassoed and tackled.
Finally goes down. Chris,
Number 22.
Chris, that actual kick return was very methodical. Marched down the sideline, great, excellent blocking. Couldn't ask for better blocking. And the result of that was a touchdown, and it's gives it 27-12. And now maybe the Warbirds can start off the second half with a bang.
Yeah, and hopefully the defense will get whatever Coach Conley said at halftime to get the players fired up for the second half.
If those of you who do not know Kevin Conley or Coach Kevin Conley, he probably did say something to motivate the guys, because the man has a lot of fire in him, and that's good for a team such as the Warbirds.
It would have been good to, will not be good to have microphones there to hear his post-game, pre-game, halftime speech.
I would have to imagine it was like a mixture of Mike Ditka and Vince Lombardi type of speech.
I have a story about the guys here at Herb FM Radio. We had media passes for the Hall of Fame last year in Ohio. And my broadcast partner, Ewan McCreef, who is hopefully listening to us, he lives in Charlotte, ran into Mike Ditka in the bathroom.
Oh really?
And he looked at Ditka and goes, "Coach, what you got with your shoes, man?" He goes, and Ditka goes, "That's how I got them." They're pretty good. You're all sparkly white, Yeah. So here's the handoff. I was like, that's the best interview of the week. Here's Carr with the carry for a couple yards. I guess he got the first down.
And Mike Ditka, one of the great coaches in NFL history.
Oh yeah, Mike Ditka
and
is a true.
Kevin Conley Coach Kevin Conley does definitely share his tenacity and fire for football. And it shows here with the Warbirds is their work ethic as far as practicing and getting the team ready, and it shows in their attitude, and hopefully they can bounce back from this 15-point deficit.
Exactly. Here's the handoff to number 4. Carr breaks a couple tackles, and he will get. I think he will get the first down for the Generals. The Generals are wearing the red uniforms today, with the red, white, and blue trim on the side, and blue pants, and dark blue helmets with the old General logo that you probably saw on one of the semi-pro, one of those minor league.
Absolutely, I remember there was a baseball team,
Jackson Generals.
The Jackson Generals, and I remember they had a baseball team called the Washington Senators.
Yes.
Back in the day, had shared almost similar colors. But you kind of look at their helmets and their color scheme. It kind of looks like Ole Miss If you see
That's
that,
right. It looks
you
like
see
Ole
that
Miss.
Ole
Yeah,
Miss.
the old. We're waiting for
Eli Manning.
Eli's dad to show
Eli
up.
and Archie.
Archie to show up. Here's a handoff to
I'd
35.
rather have Archie show.
Fumble.
Oh, fumble Lia.
And it's picked up by an unmarked uniform.
Trying to see who it is here. Unmarked uniform is absolutely right. Don't see that every day.
Nope, we don't see that at all. So we had a conversation earlier tonight, you and I, about playing baseball in third world countries.
Yes, baseball is not just an American sport anymore. It's made for also, you've got teams in Puerto Rico, Cuba, Japan, prominent
The reason we
teams.
brought it up was the Yankees and Marlins are playing in Panama City, Panama tonight.
Yes.
And that stadium looked like it was built 2 days ago.
Well, you got a country such as Panama that's
Very poor.
very poor, and but they do love their baseball. They are passionate about the game because they don't like
handoff
to
number one.
that
He's still going.
offside. He's still going,
He rumbled and tumbling into
and
the end zone,
he's
touchdown.
Or
He
no,
might be joining the Panama City.
I think I think he might be short.
Oh, he might be. It's Edward Talbert III from Baltimore City Fire Department with the carry for the Generals. Trader.
But going back to our story, baseball is, in Panama and places like that, they play with sticks and dirt, pretty much, and then they don't have to really, they don't have the issues that, or the things that we have, such as baseballs and actual bats. And we have an injury on the field here. We'll go back to our story in a minute here, but we got an injury on the field, trying to get them to see who he is. It's like number 44. That would be Patrick Murphy, linebacker. Hope he's okay. It's slow to get up.
Ooh, we don't have that snap.
Ooh. Who is right?
Yeah, so they're playing at Rod Carew Stadium. Because Rod Carew he was born and raised in Panama, but he moved to the States when he was a little boy.
Yep.
And his stadium, it looks like it's just been remodeled like 2 days ago.
Yes.
You can still see the dirt piles in center field.
Right.
I understand. I dated a person from Puerto Rico, down there in the Caribbean, and we talked about Puerto Rico. A lot of them are dirt poor, but that is poor.
It is, and got a stoppage here.
We're gonna stop in a timeout on the field.
All right.
And we're gonna take.
And pass down to the right side. Can't.
Ooh, incomplete.
Incomplete
Back
pass.
to live action here, and that sets up a third down coming up here. So, folks, coming up right here on Herbert FM Radio right after this broadcast, 25, and he will just take a little step into the end zone for a touchdown, and he almost trips over the. So here's the pitch out, and looks like we're going for two, but it gets stopped. So with 10:43 left here in the third, 33-12 is the Generals. Look like they're very hard here this evening. Not getting up.
And they are playing. Both teams are actually playing really hard. None of them. Neither team is giving up. They're still playing with their hearts in it and their heads in the game, and that's what you want to see from the first quarter down to the end of the fourth quarter, and that's what you do. That's why you come to watch the game. Constant action, and I'm excited to be here in Largo, Maryland, covering this game with you, Chris, and hopefully this is just the beginning of something beautiful.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be great. Keep it. Maybe 15, 20 years from now, we'll be glad to be on the air doing more games.
Absolutely. Snaps, deep throw, and it's incomplete. Just missed him. Diving as he was trying to catch the ball. Great effort, though.
35-12 is your score here. Tomorrow we have Mariners talk tomorrow.
Oh wow!
He played in the Hall of Fame game in 1982 when the Colts played he said the Bills, but he got cut right after that. But he did play that game, so he said he enjoyed that. So here's TJ hanging it off to number 22. duck with the carry.
Couple yards.
Couple yards.
And speaking of Towson, they had a remarkable year this past year.
Remarkable year for
Making
Towson.
it to the NCAA final football game that unfortunately they didn't win, but the fact that they were there was amazing in itself, and hopefully they can get back next year.
Oh, yeah. So here's the setting up a. We lost the scoreboard saying what down is. So
I do believe I can see the
trying to find the yard marker.
the yard marker.
Third down.
Third down. Got a little visual of the yard marker. And
and that's a
false start.
A false start. So hopefully you folks are enjoying the broadcast this evening. So we are supposed to be broadcasting Baltimore Mariners football this Thursday night, folks. If you are in the area looking for an opportunity to come downtown and watch an indoor football, tickets are only $15.
How exciting
For
is
the
indoor?
whole stadium, the whole arena is $15.
How exciting is indoor football?
So you could go down and you could test the seats to see where you like to be. For if you want to get season tickets, you can always, or single game tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster. The home opener is April 19th against the Atlanta Sharks. I don't think Atlanta had any Sharks in the first place.
Yeah, that's a really
Kind of weird name.
It's kind of that doesn't make sense. Oh.
Number 19, TJ back to pass, getting incomplete. Now intended for number 12. Ooh, we don't know who number 12 is, so he's not on the roster. So setting up a fourth down coming up here for the Warbirds, who are trailing to be inside the 40, around the 37-yard line. That's where the first down should be, but they're going to punt it away. And nice punt, end over end. That's going to be down right at the 39-yard line, and that's where the Generals will take over. Warbirds, we're going to take a break. Delaware won this afternoon, so it's going to be Delaware versus James Madison in the final tomorrow, 5 miles away from here at the Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. So here's the handoff to Carr. Carr gets a couple more yards, gets the first down.
And Chris, we say a little upset today in the ACC tournament. North Carolina, University of North Carolina, goes down to Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow.
And the second round of the ACC tournament, leaving a big hole in the ACC tournament up for grabs. The only surefire winner is Duke. And hopefully, maybe not. It's either Duke or North Carolina winning it every year, but hopefully
it hasn't been NC State in a long time.
No, it has not, and maybe some teams that came from the Big East that joined the ACC this year will pull off the trophy.
What about Virginia being number 5 until they lost to Maryland last week?
Drops back to the end zone, is incomplete. Yeah, I mean, college basketball has definitely been really exciting this year for. Especially for the University of Maryland. I mean, they really weren't expected to do a whole lot. They did a lot more than I thought.
Yep. And then Maryland's now off to the Big Ten, so they're going to have some hopefully not a lot of struggles in the Big Ten, but you might.
Well, they might, considering they go into a bigger conference. You're dealing with the likes of Ohio State and Michigan and Wisconsin, and not just one sport, but both the major sports. So you're dealing with that. Big powerhouse teams. We'll see how Maryland can fare this year.
So here's a pitch out to, looks like number 1 will try to get a couple of yards there for the Generals. 6:13 left here in the third, 35-12. So I guess the fourth quarter we're going to running clock? Or we already have a running clock?
I think it might just be a little bit of a snafu. Not supposed to have a running clock, not to my knowledge. But it is 35-12. Generals have the ball on what appears to be the 18th-yard line, and they're pressing the ball. Snap to the left. Number 25 gets down the first down marker. Yeah, that's going to be a first down. New set of downs for the Generals as we approach the 5-minute and 31-second mark of the third quarter. It's looking as if the Generals are starting to pull away from the Warbirds. Warbirds trying to hold on, trying to maybe make a little bit of a late game push. And maybe I think what they need here, Chris, is probably a turnover of some sort to turn the tide. But Warbirds are. I mean, they had a lot of turnovers today. They had a lot of mistakes, and the Generals had a few mistakes as well. But nonetheless, the scoreboard determines, what the real outcome was, and it's 35-12. When you're winning by this much of a margin, it doesn't matter how many turnovers you have. As a team, you're winning the game. You're winning the game.
Yeah.
And slap to the left, throws it right on the right side, and it's broken up.
Number 25.
Number 20. Yeah, this is number 25, not on the list.
Not on the list.
But we'll get his name eventually, and we'll have an updated list for you.
Firefighter.
Yeah, yeah. And if you folks, if you go, we're trying to go ahead and put some of our guys on Facebook, some of the players' names. That way you can get to know them, stats and whatnot. Also, we do have a website, BaltimoreWarbirds.com. If you want to take a look, we would surely appreciate it. And we do have some stuff to offer you there if you want to take a look. And we'll give you some details. Just email us as well at BaltimoreWarbirds@NPSFL.com. And it was pass broken up. It's incomplete by number 25, same guy that made the last play, and it looks like it's 4th and 8. Looks like the Generals are going to come out to either try a field goal or
Big play like this, you got to practice,
Right.
field goals.
Absolutely. I think they're going to go ahead and go for a field goal here. See if the field goal unit's setting up. I haven't seen a decent extra all the extra points have actually been spotty, so we'll see if they can get a field goal.
Kickers.
Yeah. Warbirds. Actually, I do apologize. Warbirds do take over on downs. Look like a kick formation, but I apologize for that. And the Warbirds are coming for the snap.
So here's
Camden, and it looks like he's taken to the ground. It's a sack.
second down coming up here.
Second down coming up. Second down and long. Camden goes down. TJ Camden had a little bit of a rough day as far as passing, but TJ Camden is a quarterback who shows resiliency. He knows the playbook, and he'll bounce back as well as the rest of the team. And the Generals are really giving him a lot of pressure, and they'll come out of the huddle again. 2nd and 17, ball on the 16-yard line. Camden goes to the center. Snaps. Goes out to the left. Slips a tackle. And tries to slip the second tackle, but gets taken down. Another sack. Back-to-back sacks.
He's not happy with that.
No, he's not. And you can see the frustration. Back-to-back sacks by the Generals. And now it's 3rd and 21. Ball on the 12-yard line. That was a big loss on the play.
Well, let's give you some scores in the college basketball. Duke did win 75-67 to face Virginia in the championship tomorrow. Winner gets the number 1 seed because Villanova went down this week.
They sure did. Absolutely.
Yeah. And Florida barely beat Tennessee 56-49, so they'll be playing the winner of. Let's see who they play. Can't be Kentucky because Kentucky lost yesterday.
The SEC is getting mighty competitive in basketball. Already in football, but basketball as well.
Here's a baseball score for you. Oakland 15, Texas 14. And
Camden gets taken down again. Ball rolls out of fumble. Is it out of bounds? Generals saying they have it. I think they might have. Yeah, I think they got the ball in bounds. Yeah, that's a fumble / sack. 3rd sack in a row for the Generals, and it's a 4 and out for the Warbirds. Warbirds showing a little bit of frustration. It's understandable. The Generals came to play. Warbirds did too, but when you have as many turnovers and you have the special teams snafus, it's hard to win a game. It's hard to come back from such a deficit. They were 21-0 in the first quarter, and that's hard to come back from.
Oh yeah, it is hard to come back.
Snap down the middle, and I think he's just a little short of the goal line. Gets in there. Player with unmarked jersey with the run in, but stopped short of the goal line. Thank you.
So, after a slow walk, the quarterback number 7 is back to the line of scrimmage. Yes, the Mariners are on Herb FM Radio Thursday night at 7. Plus, we'll be on the road April 4th with them, their first official regular season game, this time in Rochester, New York. So you can catch all the action from Rochester, New York on April 4th, starting at 6:30 Eastern Time with the pregame show. And I'll be live in Rochester.
By the Generals, and it looks like the left side, and it looks like another touchdown.
By an unmarked jersey.
By an unmarked jersey. The unmarked man. The unmarked man from the Generals. Waltz is in the end zone, practically untouched. But it's now, it's now 41-12, Washington Generals. And it's become a game, not a good game for the Warbirds today, and their newness in the league is starting to show, I think, Chris. And they're in, not to say, for lack of a better word, inexperience.
Well, they're playing an experienced team that's been around since 2006.
Absolutely.
So you have basically a deep farm system, or you have a good players who came up through over the years.
Sure, absolutely.
And you got new players, and you got new all that stuff.
Right. And you got the unit. They got cohesion. They've, like you said, been around together since 2000, or been together since 2006. And you got to really start wondering, like, these guys know each other's tendencies. They probably know each other's families, And as far as the Warbirds, they're a new and up and coming team. Very exciting team, in my opinion. Don't let the scoreboard fool you. The Warbirds are a very exciting team, especially when they, their practices and team meetings. Very, very high morale. Yeah. And we look forward to seeing more games from the Warbirds, and we look forward to next year where we'll actually be starting our first year in the league and starting our regular season games. Generals are trying to put the ball on the tee, having a little bit of difficulty. Oh.
Here comes the kick here.
I was like hesitating to kick, and it's a little pooch kick. A little anticlimactic, if you ask me, for all that hesitation. But it's Warbirds receive the ball, and it looks to appear that this ball is going to be spotted right there on the about 37, 38 yard line.
Yep. 1st and 10 going up here. So, folks, thanks for tuning us in here on Herb FM Radio. If you listen to us, then you can pick us up in Massachusetts, Connecticut, wherever. We're internet radio, and hopefully you enjoy it this evening. If you have any audio issues with tonight's broadcast, please let us know at 443-567-0746 or email us at herbfmradio@gmail.com. 1st and 10 for the Warbirds. In the shotgun is TJ in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking, fires, complete to number 83. And I guess he's short of the first down. That's Cave Lowe with the reception. So setting up a second down. I was just reading something on Facebook. Some San Francisco radio station, you thought we were bad, playing Nelly is hot in here for 18 straight hours. That's the only song.
Why would they do that to those poor people? What did those poor people do for that? This is what I'm wondering. Is that's a form of
Latino
torture.
radio station out there. It's like, okay.
I thought that kind of torture was outlawed by the Geneva Conventions.
You thought we're bad with our loop, you know?
Right? Absolutely. It's apparent that radio stations. There's a lot of radio stations out there that just play the same old music over and over, and that's top 40. That's just top 40 radio.
Yeah, exactly.
But I had a chance to listen. I actually listened to Herb FM multiple times, and I do enjoy the variety that the music that is put on. So
yeah, they switched it over to a Latino mix 105.7, and that's why they're continuing playing the song.
Okay.
They don't have any Latino music yet.
Well,
some kind of Nelly put a hashtag on his Twitter page dedicating the broadcasting mystery. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Tonight at 10 o'clock, after the station, we'll have Neil Diamond's Cracklin' Rosie for the next 18 hours.
Yes, we'll also play Pink Floyd's Brick in the Wall, or Walk the Wall, over and over, until you get sick of it, and then
until we get sick of it.
Until our ears are bleeding.
or our server will call us and say, yo.
Or we'll play Miley Cyrus's
Wrecking
Ball for at least 24 hours straight. Think of it as the 24-hour Christmas Story on TBS, except terrible.
Oh, yeah. Good old Christmas Story. Yeah. And the good thing is you don't have to stick your tongue on the flagpole.
Absolutely. We're not going to even warn you that we're playing it. Not going to even warn you.
First and 10 for the Warbirds here, trailing 43-12 here in the late third quarter. And we got
looks like some movement. Got a flag down.
Our intended for number 83. Number 83 reminds me of a little Brandon Stokely.
Kind of a Brandon Stokely. I'm going to say a little bit of an Edelman maybe.
Yeah.
He has that. It has just because he's his thin build, he can get in the slot.
And that is the end of the third quarter. We can score 43-12.
That's the end of the third quarter.
And we'll be right back with the start of the fourth quarter right here on Herb FM Radio. All right, folks, welcome back here. Starting the fourth quarter, and the refs are trying to figure out what's going on here. Trying to figure out if it's going to be I don't know what the.
I think they were trying to decide the spot and also, the spot of the ball. Maybe they forgot in between changing of quarters. They switched fields, size of the field. So that plays a part of it, and we're going to continue now.
So we're just starting the fourth quarter. First
number 5 motions to the right.
Ooh, incomplete. 10 for number 5.
TJ Camden, he's said he's having a rough day. Try something in Maryland.
There's the handoff to the unmarked running back, who we don't know his number. There's 2 of them.
We have to find out who he is. I need to go down there and give him a number myself. I'll just take a Sharpie and I'll write it on his jersey and his last name. And I'll write his last name. It won't even be his real last name. It'll be unmarked.
Unmarked guy.
Unmarked guy.
There's like the XFL. Like, he hates me.
He hate me, Rod Smart. Wonder what happened to that guy. He probably fell into obscurity.
Well, God took care of him.
But the XFL no longer around. That's probably a good thing. But we do have the National Public Safety Football League, and that is a very good thing. Representing fire, police, correctional facilities, EMTs, paramedics, and we do appreciate their work they do for the service of the communities, and they are our nation's heroes, our nation's finest.
Exactly, and everybody should respect them, and when they see them, give them a thank you.
Absolutely,
Hey, thanks for helping.
Just like you would do our troops. The same deserve. They also deserve the same kind of respect, and I'm sure that the next time you see a police officer or a firefighter or paramedic, just give them a pat on the back and say thank you.
Yeah, say thank you. Here's the handoff. It looks like it was carried by Number 83 with the carry on that one. Or 33, no, number 33. We don't know who 33 is.